and welcome to this week's webinar. So I want to try and keep this one a little bit shorter than last week. I hope you enjoyed last week, a little bit more sciencey, a little bit more in depth on a couple of things. Now this one was a great point, and it was kind of how to overcome hurdles, stumbling blocks, or things that get in your way that literally we just can't control in terms of what's happening, whether it's the way that we're feeling, an event in life, anything like that. And it's kind of my take on how we're going to get around them. So I'm going to try and keep it short, because each individual thing that gets in the way or person's journey is, obviously you'll know this, it's fundamentally different for each and every person. But there are kind of a couple of things that I want to go over in terms of my kind of mindset approach to that, okay? And the first thing that I kind of wanted to touch on is, depending on what's kind of crept up, what we've got to look at is we've got to look at kind of, there's a number of facets to the journey that you're on. There's obviously your mindset, which for me is hugely important. Your health, fundamentally, are we improving your health overall? So there we're looking for like mindset, fitness, but also kind of physical health in terms of body fat reduction, cardiovascular performance increases, things like that. So we've got a number of facets. We've also got nutrition. Now, each one of these might not necessarily be directly affected by the thing that has kind of turned up in your life and has kind of taken a little bit of control out of your hands, okay? So what I want to kind of stress with that is, without kind of moving straight to the analogy, it is similar to getting a flat tire and slashing the other three. Oh well, F it, I can't get to the gym today because of the flat tire or because of whatever has happened. Therefore, I'm going to go and eat a Domino's, I'm going to go and sit and watch TV for 7 hours, and I'm just going to completely throw all of my habits down the toilet and flush them away. And that can sometimes be the big red button that we talk about, that big red kind of effort button that looms in the background. And honestly, one of the things I would be most proud of from this entire journey is if you all turn around and said, oh, that big button that kind of used to linger, or I'd diet and then I'd press the button, or I'd train but I wouldn't really get into it and then I'd press the button, and you'd kind of go up and down. If you came to the point when you decided to finish coaching with me, whenever that is, and you said, you know what, that button, it's like a tiny button that just sits on like the top shelf, dusty in a cupboard. Like, I know it's kind of there sometimes, but actually I know I don't need to press it, because there may be something that's happened, and for example the slashed tire or the puncture, and then you don't need to go and slash every single other tire. That's not to say that, you might go, do you know what, I've now not got time, I now can't get to the gym per se, I will watch an extra episode of something. That's entirely fine. I'm talking about kind of taking it to an extreme, and that's kind of what I want to equip you with today. And I really, 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 really want you to keep it in mind through December, because we're changing in tier systems, things are changing. The change in tiers is that's led to bad news for everyone, bad news for myself and my family for the next month. And it's about owning that feeling, or owning that change, or that thing that's come up into our life, whether it's, as I said, health or work or financial, whatever it may be, and going, okay, there's nothing I can do about the direct effect it has on X, but I've still got, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, all the other things in my back pocket that I can still control. How best can I control them? And the way that I want to get that across to you today is by reflecting on perfect versus imperfect action. If you're a member of the Infinite Potential Community Group, which is my private Facebook group on Facebook, the banner has take imperfect action daily. Okay, so I'm straight away leaning towards this side, but I just want to talk to you a little bit about the differences. So, obviously we're striving to push towards getting as many ducks in a row, as many things ticked, that kind of perfection that kind of sits in the background. We're always striving to do things better, to improve by 1%. Otherwise you wouldn't be on the journey that you're currently on, okay? You just would not. So striving towards something is absolutely fine, but what I'd want you to try and take away from is, rather than striving for complete perfection, it's striving to make your imperfect action as close to perfect as possible and as regular as possible. Okay, so something, you know, take this, let's call it, I don't know, let's call her Sally. Take Sally, for example, here. And Sally's twin sister, Susan, okay? So you've got Sally and Susan. So Sally, never miss a Monday. You know, the mantra that I do push. She ticks her Monday every single week. She hits her gym session, she tracks all her calories, she has really good balanced food, she gets her steps in, she has time with the kids, she does everything on a Monday, like everything. But then Tuesday comes and she's like, oh, bloody knackered. That's all right, you know, actually I miss my gym session in the morning, so do you know what, I'll just write the whole day off. Wednesday comes, oh, she slept in, writes the day off. Thursday comes, kids have kept her up all night, writes the day off. Friday comes and she goes, oh, it's a weekend. Need to make sure that, you know, I've set myself up for the weekend. So she goes and ticks every box: nutrition, training, steps, time with the kids, mindset, journaling, gratitude, like ticks every single box. Saturday she's like, oh, I just want to sleep. Sunday, chill out day, and kind of doesn't tick any boxes whatsoever, okay? That's Sally, that's her week. Now, she might make kind of some progress here, that might then kind of go backwards here. She might then see a bit here, but she's just in this cycle, constantly chasing perfection. And if something starts the day off that leads to it being an imperfect day, she just goes, well, it's a write-off day. Writes the whole thing off, okay? That's Sally. Susan, on the other hand, she's a little bit more, she's focused on the 1%, the things that she can get done, what she can control and what she can't. And Susan, never miss a Monday, starts her Monday, and on the Monday she tracks all her food, she comes in at 9,000 steps and she has a good workout. Tuesday, she does the same again, comes in at 8,000 steps, her target's 10, doesn't drink enough water, forgets to do her gratitude diary, but ticks her workout, ticks everything else, okay? Wednesday she has a bit of a blip and just isn't necessarily on the ball. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, again, she ticks 5 or 6 out of her 7 or 8 boxes that she might have, or 1 or 2 out of 3 or 4 boxes that she might have to tick. So she ticks them again. She's like, okay, so my average steps finished the week, she's managed 8k average per day, okay? And she's planned for 3 workouts, got 3 workouts in. Takeaway on the Sunday, but that's what the most of her week looks like. Now, Susan, it's a bit of a rhetorical question. Susan is going to see consistent behaviour change, habit formation, routine, and just finding the odd day that throws something up that little bit easier to handle, okay? Because she's focused on imperfect action. This isn't me giving you the green light to not tick every single box every single day. If you've got a day that's set up for you to tick and almost do new things and create new things, I want you to do that, okay? But what I want your fail-safe to be, your non-negotiable days to be, are days where you're ticking imperfect action. Okay, maybe you missed steps by a little bit, but you've got your steps in, you've got your workout in. Maybe you forgot to track X, but that's okay. Maybe you went over on calories that you're normally supposed to, but you can bring it in the next day. You see where I'm going here? Imperfect daily action will always trump perfect sporadic action that's got no routine, no habit structure, no momentum, no consistency in place whatsoever, okay? So as I said, it's not me green lighting missing things. If you can get everything done in terms of what it is that we're trying to build as your lifestyle, the things that you want to get done in a day done, and that includes family time, cooking if you like cooking, whatever it is, work, you can get that all done, get it done. Consistency, habits, consistency is going to breed results. But no, on days where that curveball comes in, that tyre gets punctured, you don't have to slash all 3, because it's just going to be a day that's maybe just slightly imperfect, but the action stays consistent. If you can't get to the gym, you swap it maybe to a home workout, you go for a longer walk. If COVID disappears and you get called to go to a work meeting that overruns, is full of alcohol, and you don't want to say no to your boss, we've all been there. So you enjoy that does throw your calories out, but then you just change your action the next few days, or you just shelve it and move on from it. Okay, so always remember, daily imperfect action will always trump sporadic perfect action, because it will bring consistency. Consistency will bring results. You've all seen so far, when you're consistent on the process, which you all have been, you can see how that snowball effect builds. And I just want to empower you with that today.